If you are a beggar, say you are a beggar.
We
understand that you are a beggar. It's only for you to just carry a bowl
Babiala.
and stick and turn to Bambiala.
Let me start by saying categorically, if a woman thinks that in order for, like, in any event that she's coming to see you, you have to pay for her transportation, that person is hungry.
So me and a couple of my girlfriends stepped out the other day. And when the bill came, they passed it right to me. I was a bit shocked, seeing as we usually divide it among ourselves. And they said, oh, you just got a big contract, girl. You've got this. Entitlements or not, you decide. You're welcome to the Red Room Dialogue. My name is Omobolawa Olawore, and I'm going to be your anchor on today's show. We're taking a short break. When we get back, I'll be introducing our guest for today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue. And as always, I have with me Petra Ude, my side chick. Hi, girl. How you doing?
I am very well. How are you doing?
I'm great.
As usual, you look beautiful. I mean, I have to say that.
She's so sweet. Oh my God. And I have with me seasoned actor, on-air personality, among others. I mean, Patrick Akan, ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
I was going to start listing your order, you sidebar.
There are not enough hours in the day for you to go through everything.
He's absolutely right. How are you doing, Patrick? You look really good.
I was going to say that. You look good.
I love it when I meet women who have good tastes.
Oh my God.
It's always so...
Oh my God.
It's our thing. That's where we shine the most.
Your tastes.
I beg. All right, guys. Patrick, you heard the story I came in with.
I did.
What are your thoughts on this?
I have multiple thoughts. I have thoughts about your friends. I have thoughts about you. It's a whole thing. But before I proceed, I would just like to ask, was it a thing? Because you mentioned you had a new contract. So was it a thing where you're like, guys, I just got this contract. Let's go out and have fun to celebrate. Was that what happened? Because it's a thing if I take my friends out and I'm like, okay, let's go out to celebrate. Obviously, bills are probably going to be on me because I called everybody outside. But if you guys just went out to have drinks and they just happen to know that I recently signed a new contract, I have an influx coming in, and then because of that, they think, oh, this happened, so, I mean, pay for everybody's drink.
No, it wasn't it was just like a normal contract. So I was just like, I just informed them, like, you talk to your girls and you're just like, oh yeah, I got this gig. And they were like, oh, congrats to you. So we usually have like a date night, like, date night is coming up Friday. We have to turn up. Yeah. Let's go. And at the end of the night, they were like, oh, you've got this. I mean, you have that big contract coming in. And I was a bit shocked, like, I got bills. I mean, the economy is not... And I felt like they were being entitled, but I don't know if I was just being in my feelings or not. So I don't know even, should I address it or is this something I should let go of? Like,
you should address it.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because we're having, like, this is a conversation.
It's really funny.
Should you address it? Let me just tell you, I'll let you, like, go on. But they would have found out very quickly.
Fuck around and find out.
We would have had to. There would not be any need for a conversation. It'd be very simple. It's like, this is what I had, waiter or whoever. This is
I mean, it's awkward. It's awkward, you guys. It's not that simple. Like, oh, no, I don't.
No, but then if you call them your friends, yeah, and if they call you their friends, you get, or your friend, whatever it is, you should tell yourself the truth. I don't like something is I don't like something. I can't sugarcoat because you're my friend. You get? Because the truth has to come out one way or the other. Now, I go out with my friends because it's something we already planned to do. We've been doing it over time, yeah? And then you feel the need to, spend my money because I shared my joy with you. No, that is selfish. It's the same thing as me being your friend and then just going to your purse and taking your ATM card and withdrawing whatever I want
casa to casa, we're friends.
Not so casa, mi casa there. No, we don't do that here. No, that is outrightly rude, and that should be addressed immediately. It happens. You shouldn't even have friends that that see you as, I don't know, money in the money bag. It shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't.
Do you agree, Patrick?
Of course, I agree. I've got to say, yeah. I've known you for a long time. I'm disappointed in you, Bola.
Oh my God.
I'm disappointed.
Someone said it.
They should have been out there paying their bills straight
No, these are my
up.
girls. These are my girls who are going to
It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, it reminds me of all these things we used to hear where a guy would take his girlfriend out on her birthday on a special occasion.
Yeah.
And then she would invite her friends who would then automatically and completely, it wasn't planned, they just show up and all of a sudden they're on the bill. And I would read these stories and listen to people talk about how awkward it was and how they had to, and I'm like, this is a very, very simple situation. Somebody's going to find out very, very quickly.
Yeah.
It's like,
Patrick is very big on fuck around and find out immediately.
No time to waste time.
Because here's the thing with life, yeah. Talking doesn't always, it's like you're having that conversation, but you've already enforced the idea that they can spring that up on you and you will pay. So you already did it. It's like, oh, pay the bill, you paid. You can have a private conversation later on. It's like, I didn't really like that. Now it's up to them. If they are reasonable people and they factor in your thoughts for having that. But some people are not reasonable. So you let them know straight up, reasonable or not, you pay. So,
but do you not think that we have a social responsibility to other people, other members of the society?
Social responsibility to giving the money that I would spend on drinks, chilling with my guys, to my guys.
Yeah.
Social really.
Like maybe it could go a long way.
I would love to sit down with a guy who will explain it to me, like explicate that to me. I have a social responsibility.
I'm not the one that told you to be broke.
Like,
I would love to hear from Petra.
Like, Petra, please.
This person is your person, your guy, your friend, your girlfriend, your friend, whatever.
See, first, again, I am not the one that told you to be broke. If you don't have your money, stay at home.
Oh my God.
Buy pure water.
Oh my God.
Buy biscuits and eat.
Hey.
Yeah. It's so bad that I have seen friends who, okay, I've stayed in a house with 6 guys, yeah. Don't ask me how that happened. But one of them would go out, carry a girl rather, and come to the house. Leave the room that he's squatting in, come to our room and ask, someone else to pay for him. Oh, Alpha, this people just I don't get money, give him, pay for me. Yeah, and it happens.
Wait, pay for what?
His time with the girl now. Did you get that?
She's a okay.
Yeah, like he'll bring a hooker to the house and then that will happen. And it went on for months.
His guy can help him out.
Do you know that? Do you know that? Did everybody planned against him? They waited. The girl literally disgraced him in the house. And it was crazy because why would you... I know you're horny, yeah? And then being horny is not a crime. But you bring in a girl to the house and you are broke. Make it make sense.
I mean, he's in need.
No.
So here's the thing.
No, I don't work for you.
Exactly. And the other thing is, if you're in a bad financial situation, of course, this is not me saying that if you're stuck, don't ask your friends like, yo, I'm in a very, very bad place right now. I'm a bit stuck. Can you help me out? And if you are able to, and your friend is honest and you genuinely see that they're in that situation, of course, do what is within your means to help them out. But understand that whenever I help you, you will be grateful. You will be grateful and you will understand that there will never be a situation that puts you in a position to be entitled to my help. I'm not like I'm not a perpetual source of help, you get me?
True.
And the entitlement mentality we're talking about is the feeling of you should be able to do this for me. Like it's your duty, it's your job to do this for me. No. Every help I give you, you're privileged in that position. You should be happy. You're very fortunate that you have people that will do that for you. Be grateful, right? And know in your mind, you're not owed that debt.
You know what? Very well said. And I would like to shift the focus a bit. Let's go to family. Because, you have siblings, especially in Nigeria, we are all like big families. We are very family oriented. We're very big on community. What do you guys think about between like siblings, parents,
Just before Patrick says anything, I have a story.
Oh, you have a story?
Yeah, let me share it so you get to know. This is from social media, by the way. It says, I found out my brother-in-law no more pays for our rent because of his wife this morning. My husband went to meet him because he stopped giving us feeding money since January, and he is the only one paying rent, and the rent expired since February, March. My husband met him in the shop, and he told my husband that he is sorry he can no longer continue paying. In the presence of his wife, I connected his wife to him, and not knowing I'm digging my own grave. I expect her to say something. My hussy told me that she left the scene. That when she left the scene, she acted like she couldn't hear. That's the wife of the man, apparently. And it said that I should go ahead in a polite way. It will not be like I am angry. Sorry, it's actually mixed up. While my mother said I should ignore, please, what will you do if you're in my shoes?
I can see the question marks. Or if this was a cartoon, I would see the question marks on Patrick's head. So, Patrick, please go ahead.
Just wait.
I know, right?
I could literally see the wheels turning in your head.
Wait.
I know.
Yeah.
Can you the first line? Just the first line.
Again, I found out my brother-in-law no more pays our rent.
Outrageous.
Just hold on.
Just outrageous.
Your brother-in-law. So wait. Let's break this for our audience here because my brain is a bit scrambled hearing this. So I marry a girl. Mm-hmm. Her brother lives in a place with the rent paid for by me.
Yeah. By the way, the brother is married.
He's married. This is his wife telling the story.
I'm paying for the rent of a married man.
Yeah.
On account of the fact that I married his sister.
Yeah. I mean, you're a good brother, and maybe your brother, life is complicated, and you're just helping out at that moment.
If that's not the height of family entitlement, I don't know what that is. Because I mean, there was nowhere in the story where they said the man is crippled or the man is has one terminal disease or is about to die or something. There was nowhere there that they said, oh, this man is incapacitated somehow. But he chose to allow his brother-in-law to pay the rent, fund the lifestyle of him and his wife. Why? Because apparently he linked the wife to whatever.
And that's crazy. This story, I feel particularly bad for the new wife because I can only imagine the kind of trouble they are going to put her in. Because they're saying he's no longer paying the rent because of the wife.
Wait. You're telling me that a man with a wife, right? A fully functional, fully adult,
for all intents
human male,
yeah,
lives with his wife, that's paid for by his wife's brother, and upon finding out that man stopped paying the rent, he went to call his wife that, Bia, come and talk to your brother.
Yep.
There's a part, there's a part of all this where it becomes, it's disgraceful that you can even put that on social media.
Right.
I don't know where that was.
Was it anonymous?
Was it anonymous?
Yeah, it is anonymous.
It probably is anonymous because, it's a bit disgraceful.
He told his mom. His mom said, oh, leave it. And then the person came on social media and is asking, if it were you, what would... It cannot be me. It cannot be me. Why? Because for every money, minus the money I receive from other people, for every money that I have made, I work for it. So why would you, in heaven's sake, a full-blooded
grown-ass adult man,
have the audacity to tell your brother-in-law to pay your bills?
No. Like there are a couple of things we have to unpack here. First of all, the tone of what you've just read out. It doesn't tell me that this is a person you've become comfortable in the idea that this is not a situation where you're in a bad situation, I need help, because that's what family is for. Hey, the truth of the situation is life can happen. You could get into some trouble business-wise, health-wise, whatever. The first line of defense you have is your family.
Yeah.
True.
But what we're hearing here is this is not I'm in trouble. It's become a duty for him to pay for your own rent to the point where you are that emboldened that when he withdraws that, you feel like you have a right to See, I grew up in a generation, I don't know what it's like now, because on social media, I noticed that we talk about stingy people now, and we try to shame people for being stingy, which is so odd to me, because when I was growing up, it was the beggars who used to be shamed. You had things like beggy, that we used to call people in class that would always beg for food, and there were 2 cardinal sins in my household growing up. 2 rules. You cannot fail English class, number 1. Number 2, my mom and dad must not hear that you asked anyone for biscuits or anything like that. There's got to be a part where shame needs to be reintroduced. People need to start being ashamed of some things. How can you say that? A married man.
Let's move away from the story a bit. But you know that in Nigeria, black families anyway, black tax is a thing. Like, you're doing well, your family is expecting that, you know what, you gotta drop something. I see you doing well. I see that Lambo. I see that Corolla you just dropped. Cousin, what's going on? You see your cousin from way back when that you've met him once. He's texting you on IG like, Patrick, what's up? I need this. I need the new iPhone 15 because my cousin is this. Or let's say you're an actor. He sees your movie on TV and he's like, you know, that's my cousin right there. You know what? He will feel entitled to eat you up and ask you for shit. And this is someone you've seen like maybe once or twice. Your relationship is mostly acquainted. It's normal. It's the norm.
Who normalized it?
Nigerian, like it's the norm in Nigerian or black families. Like, especially in black families, if you have the leg up, you're expected to lift others. You're expected to bring other people with you.
So I'll just like say this really quickly. In my family, we have these situations. Obviously, in my family and with my cousins, it changes a lot. Like sometimes somebody's on.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody's on, but the conversations are always around, yo, bro, put me on. Yo, bro, you know, I'm seeing that it's evident to me that you're making a lot of money now. Okay, what are you doing? What's the work? What's the job? Point me in the right direction. No one wants to be parasitic. Like, no one wants to be like, okay, bro, you're making a lot of money now. Send me the money and always, because again, one thing like people do not think about is if someone controls how you get your money, they have autonomy over you.
Yeah.
Learn that today, whether it's your husband, your wife, your father, mother, if I'm giving you the money that you used to pay for your rent, you basically used to live, I will dictate certain things to you and you have to abide by them because I'm providing for you at this point. And especially within my male cousins that I know of, no one wants to be answering to anybody. Like,
Petra,
you see, Patrick, still on the put me on matter, yeah. It is foolishness when someone puts you on, and for some weird and obnoxious reason in your head, you feel like, oh, that fish that they've given you to, hook they've given you to fish, you will use that hook and go and as what's it called? What's
knitting
that thing?
pin.
As knitting pin.
Petra, one thing I would say is that when it comes to family, for a fact, you are duty bound to your family.
Of course.
If I get a phone call from my brother, sister, cousin, whatever, my reaction, there's a significant reaction that I give. But also, the trajectory is always on, if it's financial, it's always on puts you on. It's always on, okay, how can I help you be in a situation where you don't need this kind of help frequently? But you cannot, and then even with my family, it always happens. I grew up in a family where if my dad asks me, Patrick, drive me somewhere, and I drive him there, when he gets off the car and he's heading in, it's like, thank you.
Respect.
My dad asked me, like, thank you for doing that. Even for my own father, like, my dad could have me drive the car that he bought and is fueled by him on a day where I don't really have much going on. It's like, take me somewhere. I do it for him. When he comes out to the car, okay, for the fact that I took your time, thank you for it. And you need that, from your family, they need to understand, of course, I owe a higher obligation to you as my family member, but you cannot be entitled to the point where you expect it as an obligation. You have to be grateful when these things happen.
Very, very well said, Patrick. Thank you, Petra. So we've come to the first half of the show and we're going on a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. This is still the Red Room Dialogue, and we are discussing financial entitlement and its effects on society. We're having such a spicy conversation. Patrick, I'm so excited that you're here. And I would like to
tell.
I would like to tilt the conversation just a little bit to, romantic relationships. Some girls are like, you know what? I look good. My skin is like milk. My wigs are bouncy. You know what? If you want to see me, you need to get the dress, the Uber. You need to pick me up. You have to like set the tone. Princess treatment, if you will. What are your thoughts on this?
Me?
Yeah,
My
you're
thoughts?
the
It
guy.
has to be you first.
Yes, you can.
Because you're the guy.
Okay, so because they take care of themselves, you as a guy can. Well, the thing is, they don't like you. That's the thing. Like, if a woman puts a financial metric of things you must do for her in order to be around you or come see you or whatever, you just don't like the guy. Like, there's no need to overcomplicate. You don't like the guy, and then you've put that barrier there, and then you've put a financial, hoop on whether or not you guys can have that relationship. Personally, for me, I don't experience this because I don't talk to people like that. I don't chase nobody. I'm not going to try and win anybody over, right? And then when you say you look good and the rest, I mean, my monthly budget goes to things like creatine and a monthly gym subscription, and I pay for my lotion. I like to smell good, look good, feel good
Patrick,
for
is somebody
myself.
supposed to pay for you?
Exactly. Now you see that mindset. No one is supposed to pay for you to look good,
Definitely.
right? Do you want to look good or not?
I mean, but she's looking good for you because she's showing up at the date and she's looking good as well.
See,
That doesn't make any. So show up to the date and don't look good then.
Patrick, let me
Like
come
that.
in. Let me come in. If you are a
You would.
beggar, say you are a beggar.
My brother,
We understand that you are a beggar. It's only for you to just carry a bowl
Babiala.
and stick and turn to Bambiala.
Interesting.
Why would you tell me a guy wants you to come out and you tell him to give you money for your nails? Those are the basic things that I as a female have to do for myself because I want to enhance my beauty. It's not that because I'm coming to go and see one man, I will now have to tell him to give. No, are you not loved at home?
Do you know?
love
Are you
that
not
perspective.
loved at home? Didn't your father? Sorry, Patrick,
Yeah.
didn't your father take you out as a child? Didn't they take you out to beautiful places? Stop disgracing your family members.
I love
Do
that.
you even
That's
know?
like- I
Do you
love
even
that.
know? Like, here's the thing. Do you even know what it looks like to, like, as a man when you want to talk to a girl? Obviously, for me, I simply just classify it as, okay, it's either this person doesn't like me, which how are we even, or I've made the mistake, I've misjudged someone. And I'm talking to someone who I couldn't tell on sight comes from such impoverishment that they view relationships as, no, it's true. There are people who it was that bad. It was seriously that bad. They've been hustling. They've had that survival hustler mindset since when they were kids. And so a relationship to them, you're out there looking for love. You want a man that respects you, a man that you can respect. You're looking for a mutual loving
Well, miss
relationship.
your father,
There are
please.
some people who don't have, they don't know to look for that. So relationship for them is a step up. It's like, who can, who is
ISB
going,
there.
who's going to be the reason why I can't buy, I don't have to spend my money on wigs anymore? Who's going to be the reason why I don't have to do my own nails anymore? In which case, I don't know how we got exchange numbers.
Very
How
interesting
did we get
point.
there?
How did we
Petra,
start talking?
I love your point. I absolutely love your point. I would like to come to you as a woman because, you look good, right?
Thank
You look
you.
good. So, do you have expectations like, oh, you're my man, so you have to take care of this for me, at the end of the month, girlfriend allowance? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't have expectations, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I receive money from my boyfriend every month.
Currently?
Yes, currently.
Wow.
And it is not because I asked him for it. I never did. Everything's on record. I think it was about last time I had this conversation, and but long and short, I never asked him to start sending me money. He did. Even the days where I'll be like, oh, do not send this to me. From I don't have, he will still send. You get? But I am not in any way entitled to his money.
Okay.
He works for his money. I work for my money.
That's a smart
So I
woman.
don't fault any guy for giving his girlfriend stipend money. However, it is not a compulsory something. Ladies, do not pressure your men. Just because you see your other friends going to a lot of luxurious places, do not feel pressure to, want to be like them. Be your own person. You know the pocket of your
Partner,
yeah? Let's work with it.
So let's say that your partner that has been sending, you say he sends you girlfriend allowance every month. What if he suddenly stops?
It's his business. It's his business. Because in the first place, I never asked you to send me money. It's always on record. Baby, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the money you sent to me. But again, I had never asked you to send me the allowance you are sending me every month. If you decide to stop, thank you for the money you've been sending to me. And that's the honest truth. Because I work for my money. I work too. You get. So before you came into the picture, I was working. I was spending on myself. Yeah. So if he stops sending me money, he has
You'll
things
still be fine.
I will still be fine.
Thank you.
What's it called? Is this soldier? No, Ogata, something will happen. Something like that. So, I mean, it doesn't add or subtract from the fact that I work for my money, I earn a living for myself, and I'm very, very comfortable with where I am and what I earn at the moment.
Interesting point. Let me go back to Patrick for a sec. Okay, so we've spoken from like a guy's perspective. Girlfriend allowance, 0 for you. No go area. Don't even bring it up.
Not.
So let's talk about like women. Like you do some things for your partners that are just natural. Like instincts, like, okay, maybe pick up after them, cook a little lunch. And they just forget to like appreciate it. They just feel entitled to it. That even when you say that, oh, you know what, I don't feel like doing this today. They're like, well, what do you mean you're not doing it? Or even sex. Even come to like sex, like something as big as sex. They are like, what do you mean you're not doing? Because you've been giving it to them like willingly a couple of times, and then all of a sudden you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna chill out. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so before I'll start with the last point you mentioned. So in my mind, you would speak to other guys and get their opinions. In my mind, no one gives me sex. Right? Sex is a mutually, if you feel like it's something you're giving to me, I don't want it anymore.
I like that angle.
Like, I genuinely don't want it anymore. This is just me. This is a me thing, right? This just has to do with how I personally enjoy sex. I need a willing, horny woman desiring my sexual attention at that moment in time. If I get the slightest sensation that you're not up to it and I need to convince you I can loot, like physically, I'm dissuaded. I'm not even in the mood anymore. So that's how I factor that in. So in terms of the other things, of course, you should be grateful if someone does something nice for you, be grateful for it. No matter what it is. If someone does something nice for you, be grateful for it. She just gave a very, very perfect example. You see, I don't even think what your boyfriend does can be called girlfriend allowance. I think your boyfriend just likes doing something nice for you every month, right?
Thank you, my
man. Because doing that for you has not become a prerogative to your relationship existing. When we talk about girlfriend allowance, my problem with the idea is you effectively have someone whose job is to love you and you pay them for it. That's the de facto meaning.
I don't think that's meaning.
But that's what it means to him.
No, it may be what it means to. The thing is, you may not feel that way. But that's because you can never or will never be in a situation where you will feel that way. You don't have to think about it from that angle, because the idea of girlfriend allowance, you only perceive it from a recipient's perspective. But if you think about it for just like 5 minutes, just give yourself 5 minutes to think about it. It's like, okay, what this person brings to this situation is the love and affection that they give me. I also bring love and affection, and there's also the little, something I'm dropping every month.
I mean, helping out, maybe, here and there.
That's a different thing. If you ask for help and you get help, but fixed, every month you get this, explicitly for being my girlfriend, come on, you're hired. But just to touch on the other thing, yours is different because whatever he does for you every month, you are super grateful. And you've said it, if he stops, that's not a prerogative for your relationships existing.
True.
Right? So you have other qualities. That even allows you to look at other qualities. Like, is he narcissistic? How does he behave? How does he treat people? You're not tied down to the fact that he gives you money.
Yeah.
You express gratitude for it. As a man, if your woman does something nice for you, I was cooking, cleaning, whatever it is, gifting as well, because I don't like this reduction to women doing nice things only being reduced to cooking, cleaning, or whatever. Anything they do for you and it's nice, appreciate it. I think that the problem is, and I'll just say this last little bit, the problem with the entitlement is because usually you're having a relationship with two people who are entitled. So you have one person who feels entitled to your he feels entitled to your sexual availability. He feels entitled to you cooking and cleaning and whatever. He feels entitled to your perpetual presence and attention. So if I want you there, be there. And then you have the other person who feels entitled to you sorting out her wigs, her nails, her hair, or whatever. So you have to so it becomes a thing where, you don't feel like cooking today, or you don't feel like cleaning today, but you would happily took the allowance that was served up to you, right?
So
and then the flip side
that
is,
it is crazy.
yeah, and then the flip side is, you don't even do anything for me. Like, you're not paying for my hair, you're not paying for my nails. Why should I, cook for you or clean for you? So you have two people who are like, they feel entitled to resources that the other person has, and they clash. That's how I view it anyway. But again, all this is cleared up if you would just show a little gratitude.
Yeah.
All right. So I would like to make it broader a bit. Like, let's go to society. I mean, especially in Lagos, you drive for a bit and somebody is telling you that, to help you park. They're not the owner of the parking space, so just to help you park here, you have to like tip them something. You have waiters and bouncers like say, boss, okay, madam, fine girl, fine boy. And when you don't tip them, the way they switch up is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
that is, again, I'm going to say this. I'm not mandated to give you any money. Because I work so hard for my money. So for every 5 naira that drops from my purse, they pain me. Like, I cry.
Even when you buy things for your own self.
You get the gist. You get the gist. It really hurts.
Buyer's regrets.
So, if you like, hail me from now to next year. If you like, call me President General amongst the nation, my baby potato, my lovely sweetheart. If I do not want to give you money, my money, by the way, I will not give you my money. Go and work. You can't, and it happens especially in the morning when I'm like coming out from my streets. Yeah, you will just sit down in one corner and you see people drinking alcohol early in the morning. I'm like, mama, Bounty, bro, go work. Don't talk to me. Go and work.
Yeah,
because I'm going to work. It's already annoying that I have to, sleep, wake up early, have my bath, and start walking to the junction and taking a bus that the conductor will say insults me on, and getting to the office and all that. And you are bringing your alcohol smelling mouth and you are telling me, Mama, good morning. Nothing for the boys. Go work for your money and stop being entitled.
Petra is very passionate. You know that it's in pain.
Yes,
it's really pain. Like, but it's not as easy. Because you tell someone that I don't have change and they're changing it for you that
how are we even in a situation where you're asking me for change today, tomorrow, the day after that? At what point does it become, why do I always need change? And this is a thing that I have an issue with our society. I'm particular about our society because I live in Lagos, Nigeria. So I don't know how it works with people who live in other parts of the world. Like, shame. Shame needs to return on a societal scale.
Yeah.
You will meet someone, right? So my thing is this, right? If I'm making less money, I reduce my expenditure down to, so like, I prefer to go out X amount of times in a week or in a month. I didn't make that much money. I cut that out. I become very, very, fundamental with my expenditure. Okay, what do I need? Actually, what do I need? You will see someone, right, devoid of the sense to actually, understand causation. How are you? You have like 7 kids, 8 kids, 10 kids, financially incapable of barely able to feed yourself. And there's that entitled. In fact, they almost feel like once they show you that, I have all these children, you are supposed to help. Think, right? Like,
Petra,
it is so funny. Speaking of this 8, 10 children, another form of entitlement is when you see people in a bus, a woman carrying like 3 children,
and she
puts 2 on her lap, and she automatically tells you, sister, help me carry an anayo pick. It's not my child.
Petra is taking it personal. Because Petra is taking it very personal.
I'm sorry, but it is annoying. If you need me to do something for you, ask, and then I'll be like, oh no, if I'm not comfortable with it, or I pay for your seat. Not the one that you tell me, hey, now your sister carry am now. I won't carry.
But as I said,
That's inconveniencing me.
we do have a burden to help other people in our society. So that kind of situation, I always just feel like, oh, I'm just
Okay.
The only burden I have is to my family.
Let me spark this plug for you, because this is the second time you're saying this. Who told you that we have a duty to just help random people in our society? Like, who told you that it's my duty
Really?
to help your child in a
Boss.
Because that's the problem. You need to understand that's not my duty. You need to understand that if I help your child, I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart. And you should be grateful, right?
Yeah.
You should look at me and you should be very grateful. You should express gratitude. Thank you, sir, for doing me the favor of helping me hold my child in this ride, because you are within your rights to say no.
Patrick, please, do you want them to kneel down, go down on their knees? Patrick, thank you, President General among the nations.
I don't know. If that's what it's going to take to do, I don't know.
No, but that's going to.
But the thing is, no, I mean, just say
thank you,
that thank you, yeah, is coming from the mindset of understanding that person doesn't owe that to you. That's where
I understand your point. Basically. I get your point. Yeah. Very interesting conversation. I definitely learned a lot from you guys. Thank you so much, Petra Uday, for coming. Thank you. It's always lovely to have you here with me. And to Akan Patrick, oh my God. Fuck around and find out. Can I just put that, Mr. Fuck around and find out? I'm gonna save it. Thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed your perspective on this conversation, and
the pleasure is all yours.
Okay. All right. It is indeed. We've come to the end of this conversation. You can follow us across all social media platforms at The Red Room Dialogue and iRavel Studios. See you next time. Bye.
In for a beautiful ride in the red room. All your doubts you feel, we cater to. We dot all the I's, cross all the T's. That's what we're here to do, yeah. We'll take you on a journey. Everybody, let's go.